A young lover with immense perseverance changes the course of his life to follow the girl who he thinks is his soulmate. But his journey spanning across continents is fraught with problems, reality checks, and a seemingly one-sided obsession. Will he find love or perish in the quest for love? Hi, this is Ronak, Kotecha, and this is the review of Shiddat, starring Sunny Kaushal, Radhika Madan, Mohit Raina, and Penty. Shiddat is streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar from today, and you can read my full review and the final rating of this film in the Times of India. The link is in the description. It's love at first sight for Jaggi when he sees Kartika coming out of the swimming pool, but sparks don't fly instantly as an elaborate Nafrat Pyar Ki Pehli CD kind of a process follows, with Jaggi trying every trick in the book to woo the girl. There's some fun to be had here as director Kunal Deshmukh transports us to the 90s brand of cinema that's played out in the modern setting. It is slightly problematic to see a very motivated young man who is obsessed with a girl and won't take no for an answer. Something that was not only accepted casually in the 90s but also celebrated with a song and dance. Shiddat comes dangerously close to that, but thankfully the writers give ample agency to the girl who is independent enough to take a stand for herself. As a passionate love story, Shiddat is driven purely from the perspective of its male protagonist Jaggi, whose manic obsession is given enough time to build. The entire first half is light and breezy with campus romance, flirting, and a lot of Nach Gana. Basically everything but studies. What works here is the unpredictability factor, as you wonder what will become of this improbable love story. There aren't many characters in Shiddat, which is refreshing, but their individual arcs could have been more sharply defined. There is little conviction in Mohit Raina and Penty's story that seems to exist only to aid the central storyline, which is fine, but it doesn't feel very organic. Sunny Kaushal has the hardest time playing a bouncy lover boy with serious boundary issues, and while the actor gives his best to make it more convincing, his character starts becoming annoying and impractical. Radhika Madan struggles to portray Kartika's inner conflict effectively on screen, mostly resorting to fumbling to convey her anxiety. Mohit Raina is well cast as Gautam, as the upright Indian immigration lawyer in a foreign land, but there are way too many cinematic liberties to take him seriously. Penty looks gorgeous as independent young Ira, but her character could have been developed more effectively. For a love story, Shiddat has above average music by Sachin Jigar that grows on you and is effectively used to enhance the narrative. The film has an opulent scale with rich cinematography and a grand visual execution. But the major problem with Shiddat is that it's an exciting idea on paper, but it tends to drag in execution, especially in the second half. The writing is majorly self-aware of how cheesy and old school it is, as the characters often spell it out in dialogues, but that doesn't absolve Shiddat of being highly unrealistic at times and even problematic and preposterous. It's true that in today's world of realistic cinema, we often don't get to see completely mad, raw and defiant love stories. This one goes there with Shiddat, but doesn't truly reach your heart. You can read my full review and the rating in the Times of India. Let me know in the comments if you are going to watch Shiddat on Disney Plus Hotstar after my review, or if you've already watched it, then also let me know what you think about the film. And before I go, let me remind you that the new session is going to be on Graphy by Unacademy, which is mastering communication for independent content creation by me, Ronak Kotecha, which is on next Saturday, 9th October at 11 AM IST. This is because a lot of you have asked me about how I script my stories, narrate them, and generally communicate on camera. So I'm going to cover all of that and a lot more in this interactive session that will help you grow better in any industry that you plan to pursue. It has limited seats and it's a much more insightful session with practical lessons. To be a part of it, register yourself by clicking on the link in the description. Connect with me on Instagram and on Facebook, it's @reviewron. Subscribe here if you find my videos worth it, but even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. Please take care of yourself and those around you.